Say hello to John Keim, covers the Commanders for ESPN.com, at John_Keim on your Twitter. John, good morning.
JK.
What up, guys?
How are you, buddy?
Are you surprised?
Tired.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you've been working around the clock. Surprised by the trade request, or is this just standard business at this point in the negotiation where the two parties are clearly far apart, and this is just one of the few levers that Terry McLaurin and his agent can pull at this point?
I think you just summed it up, that last part. There's been no movement. There's been no momentum toward a deal. So, we saw a couple weeks ago, he came out at the Eastern Automotive shoot and expressed his frustration. That didn't move it. He, held out. That didn't move it. He came in. That didn't move it. So here we are. And I'm a little, like you guys said, I guess I'm slightly surprised that maybe it happened right now, but I don't know that. But when I step back, well, it's not really because, he got here and there hasn't been any movement. So, this is another way to try and maybe get something moving.
The first thing I thought of when I saw the story was, wow, that this happened quickly. But then the next question that immediately came to mind is, I was like, well, wait, this doesn't mean he's leaving camp, right? He's still going to do the whole pup list and sign autographs every few days, right? I mean,
yes, I don't, because if he leaves, then now it's, you're getting fined again. So
right.
Nobody likes that. So I would think I don't know for sure, but I would think he would continue to stay here.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's been a show.
But JK, as you know, players have done this. This is just part of the business.
Right.
Part of the deal.
Myles Garrett said, "I'm out of here. I'm never playing for Cleveland." Brandon Ayuk said, "Trade me." I think Jamar Chase requested a trade before he signed a deal the following spring in March. He played under that last year. They picked up his fifth-year option. So it does happen with these big-name players.
Sure.
But, again, it's not good. There's no confidence from either side.
No, and there's a couple things to consider here to know. First of all, this team's not going to trade him.
Right.
Like, let's be clear on this. This team believes it can contend for a Super Bowl. You're not going to trade your top receiver for draft picks. Do you know what I mean? It's
stupid.
It doesn't help your goal, right? And he here's the other thing. He is under contract for this year. So if they don't sign him to a contract and he doesn't come in, he's losing all that money. So,
right.
That's what's it, he's going to play here, right? The other thing is for another team to trade for him, if, let's say, Washington said, okay, you know what, it's going nowhere, see what the value is, no team's going to swoop in here with a third-round pick and get Terry McLaurin. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You're going to have to give up something because it'd be painful for these guys to do that. Then you'd have to give up something painful for you and then pay him more than $30 million. That's not going to happen. And I don't, without talking to every team, but certainly hearing from some, I'd be shocked, right? He's a very good player, but that's a lot to give up. And I think the other hard part here is his age isn't going to change. He is going to be 31 when the extension starts, and that's been a sticking point all along. And it's why I always felt that this would be a very tricky negotiation. And he's been productive. You can see the comparable numbers to DK Metcalf and what Metcalf got. Metcalf is 2 years younger, and for teams with receivers, that matters when you hit that age 30. So that was always going to be a tough part to overcome, for sure. So, I don't know. It's again, no movement toward anything. So here we are.
John, let me ask you a logistical question about the money kicking in for the year 31 season for him. Is there a way that they could do the deal where they could move some of the money into this upcoming season and, make it a little more palatable on the team side that maybe they're not signing him through his age 33, 34 season. They get some of that money into the 2025 contract. Is that even doable?
You're making my head hurt here on this one. Yeah,
I know.
That one, I'd have to double check as to what they could do on that, to be honest. So But what I know is that they don't want to go. They're not going to hit the numbers he wants. So even if you can maneuver some of that, it's still not going to get to what he wants. And so, like what he apparently wants right now. So I don't even think that's going to matter. I don't. This This is a heavily analytics-based group. Heavily analytics-based. So you look at what receivers at certain points in their career, what they do and when they start to fade. And when, over 30 is when that happens. And, I know McLaurin has said he wants it on a case-by-case basis, which is, obviously that's how I would think too. Who wouldn't think like that? And he's been consistent, right? And productive. But the analytics are what they are for them. And that's why they're holding the line at where they're at. So, I don't see, it's really hard to see at this point any deal starting with a 3.
Yeah.
Right.
I just don't see the team budging, frankly.